Hi everybody, my name is Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food with Keto Under 20 and some of that gray harsh light coming at us. So, have you ever had a moment where just something happens and you snap and into your mouth goes a trigger food, something that definitely is not on your Keto Under 20 plan, was not in your day, was not tracked, you had no idea where this was coming from, and it's a wow. And it kicks off this, it's like you just snap and you have this, it's not even, there's no chance for an obsession of the food. It just suddenly becomes, it's in your mouth and gone. And this is what happened to one of my subscribers. And she was shocked, and she's been on keto a long, long time. And suddenly, just out of the blue, this happened to her. And she was just stunned. And what I messaged back to her was to have a nice fatty first meal of the day today and look at where you slipped, not where you fell. And what does that mean? That might mean that you had company in the house and there was something that you bought or they came with that heretofore it's been identified, it's a trigger food. It's not like you're not sure, and suddenly pop goes the weasel. And what she mentioned in her true confession was that she kept hearing me say, "So what? So what? So you got your period. So what? So company's coming. So what? So you didn't get what you wanted and you're thinking of doing the what you used to do, which was medicating with food. So what?" A lot of so whats that you could fill in the blank with, and know that it really doesn't matter what the what is. It's a so what. You still can't do this. And yes, it awoken her addiction to sugar, and yes, it probably knocked her out of ketosis, and then the emotional part and the physical part of withdrawing from sugar. I don't know how long it lasted, but has this ever happened to you where it's like, I just don't understand what happened? I had great resolve. I've been doing this for a number of months. There's no reason I can't be strong day after day after day. I've had to say no many, many times in my keto journey, and all of a sudden, this one time, poof, gone. And it was funny. I was kind of fantasizing about something that was trigger food for me the other morning, and I think I was probably hungry and tired, sleep deprived, and from my overnight, and so it suddenly became a fantasy that lasted longer than if I was well rested, it would never have happened. And so that could have been where I was slipping, not where I fell. The falling part, the look where you fell, is really putting the item in your mouth and just going ahead and having it. And so you don't want to do that today. And so you need to be very, very vigilant. If you're like me, I have a regular routine every single day. It's kind of the same every single day. And if there's a difference in the day, like on Tuesdays, I have been going for the earthy, crunchy breakfast with my friend. But that's a normal, regular thing for a Tuesday. And so it's not like we're going out to fancy restaurants or parties or entertaining here. So, I could be thrown off by losing my routine. But if for you do have some sort of jostling to your regular routine, you're vulnerable, and you're not immune. I mean, we're never out of the woods on this one. If you've got food issues, you're not out of the woods, because food is always going to be necessary, right? That's how we sustain ourselves. And so It's not like cigarettes or not using your credit card or alcohol or overtaking prescription meds. It's a 30-day supply and you're done in 15, that sort of thing. This is food, and you have to have food every day. And so hopefully a day at a time, you're putting together skills that you need to protect yourself, because nobody can keep you from doing something like having a trigger food. We can't. We can encourage and support before it's done, and we can high-five you after you've gotten past that phase. But that moment of truth, that moment of in your hand going towards your mouth, there's no power on earth that can stop you. And so, of course, you would say, well, don't put it in your hand. Don't put it on a plate. Don't cut it. Don't get a knife and fork and get all set. Those things are real easy, but when you have one of those moments, there is just nothing that is going to keep you safe except just the constant vigilance, not even getting near to the item. If it's in your house, you need to remove it or cover it, hide it, and leave the kitchen. Go take a walk. Go have a water. Eat the meal that you were going to have a little bit earlier, just to get that fat in your body so you can go, oh, that was satiating, but that was also darn close. Don't put yourself at risk. I don't want to see this happen to you or anybody else. And she said that when she was looking for a podcast, she was looking for failure. And, I don't think I have any that are like that. But so what we need to do is just be very, very careful. I honor her and respect her for coming clean with me and us in social media right away. And hopefully she is taking the steps for the rest of the day to just eat like it was just a regular day, have enough fat in her food plan, and go forward. Lesson learned, stopping it at one meal or one day is also a congratulatory part of this journey, if indeed you do slip and have something you shouldn't have. Jumping back in, one day, keeping it to the absolute most minimum that you can is going to save you, because if you start getting your body used to that stuff, it is so highly addicting. It's just, words can't, if this has happened to you, you know exactly what I'm saying. There's just nothing to keep you from that item. And if you have it more than once, I made a keto pizza, a fathead pizza, and I had some left over. Had it Saturday night, and then yesterday, Sunday, I had 3 little pieces. We're talking about, bigger than a, almost like this, like a piece of pepperoni on it, just a little bit bigger than that. And I had 3 of them, and I've still got plenty left. And today, while I was working overnight, I said, you know what? I'm going to make my version of a frittata out of it. I'm going to peel the cheese and meat toppings off of it and kind of bake it in with a couple of scrambled eggs and have that for my lunch today. So it's in the toaster oven now with things, cooking. And I'm having that. I did not want to have pizza 3 days in a row, because suddenly, the addict in me would wake up, and it doesn't matter that it's almond meal and not white flour and things like that. It's the visual. It's allowing myself to have a treat. And so I pulled off the toppings. They're sitting on 2 organic eggs that I scrambled lightly, and it's in the toaster oven, and I'll be having it in a few minutes. Thank goodness it came to me. So be very, very careful. And, I'm sure this woman is more surprised than any one of you listening to this podcast, how quickly it happened and how just unaware it caught her. And so just be safe. It is the season. There's a lot of things out there, a lot of entertaining of people, a lot of a lot of real slippery places. So just be very, very careful. Tell on yourself before it happens and get support here on somebody else's Facebook page or with somebody that you're friends with if you're lucky to have a keto person nearby, and just get real, because this is real and you just don't want it to happen to you. Thanks so much for watching. This has been Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food with Keto Under 20. Stay safe. Bye-bye for now.